Anyways, the golden rules. So we said these are the only rules that we insist upon. Where are they? Everything else is a suggestion. Everything else, you feel it out. You see, what can I do with this individual based on what I know of them, my relationship with them, and so on and so forth. The golden rule number 1 is go for the gold. And go for the gold means ask them for the shahada. And you have to do that. You have to. So, meaning, when do you have to do that? When I convince someone, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, they have no problem with the 5 pillars, what's next? What's next? And why did you get them exactly? Why did you get them to this point if you're not going to ask for the shahada? It's ridiculous to not ask for the shahada. I'm sorry. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam never ever in the seerah went to a group of people to call them to Islam, and he got there and didn't call them to Islam. Even the sentence doesn't make sense. He just went there and then didn't call them to Islam, but he went there to call them to Islam. If you're calling people to Allah, call them to Allah. Ask them to become Muslim. Let me tell you this rule. When I learned it, the difference between knowing this rule and not knowing it, in effectiveness. And I mean, an effective da'iyah can speak to people and he can affect change. But a successful da'iyah can affect change, do the follow-up, and these people start to pray and they're part of the community. That's a successful da'iyah. So I'm not talking about success now, I'm talking about effectiveness. I used to stand in front of a store and stop people. Muslim owned the store, so I'd stop them, tell them I have a 5-minute introduction to Islam. I'll give them the 5-minute introduction. I'd memorized it and everything, prepared it, repaired it, and practiced it. And then when we're done with the 5 minutes, I would just stand there looking at them and they'd look back at me. And there would be a strange silence. And it looked like this. And they just keep looking at me like, and what? I listened to your 5 minutes, now what? I thought if I explain Islam in 5 minutes very nicely, they will beg me to let them become Muslim, because it's a great religion and it's logical and all that. Yeah? But that's not the case. You need to ask them to become Muslim. When I learned the golden rule, the difference was I would stand in front of that store weekend after weekend, 0 shahadas, effectiveness, I'm not saying, Then when I learned the rule, 5 a day was the difference. Just from this one rule. Okay, let me give you a scenario like this. I'm inviting someone to my house. The edge of the stage there, that's my house, okay? So I'm inviting someone to my house, and I meet him, I want to invite you to my house. And on the way, I'm telling them about my house. My house is great. It has fantastic, marble. The windows are excellent. The doors came from I don't know where. We've got rugs from Persia. And I'm telling him about how great my house is. Then, this is the house right here. When he comes with me all the way to the door of the house, I step inside. Well, it was very nice talking to you. And I close the door in his face. Did I invite him to my house? Okay, let me change the story now. I'm here inviting people to Islam. Let me talk to you about Islam. Islam is over there. Islam is fantastic. It will make your life better. You will love it when you become Muslim. You'll be better with people. You'll have a connection with Allah. It was so nice talking to you about Islam. And now, please leave. It's exactly the same thing, isn't it? If this is Islam, I have to invite him to it. If I'm inviting him to my house, I have to say, come in. It is absolutely a waste of time to talk to someone and get them to accept La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, and 5 pillars. Everything else is okay. Any problem? Do you have anything to stop you from? Nothing. Okay, it was nice talking to you. Imagine you worked at a car dealership. I always use that example because America, car dealership, every corner, selling cars. I mean, maybe there can be a better example for Malaysia. I just don't know what it is. But let's just humor me with the cars. So the guy works at a car dealership. And the guy comes, I like this car. I want to test drive it. Okay, fantastic. They get in, they test drive it, tell them all the features, this, and that. The guy's like, I really love this car. It's fantastic. I agree with the price. I agree with everything about this car. Well, it was very nice, and I enjoyed the test drive with you. What would your boss do to you? He'll fire you on the spot. On the spot, he'll fire you. Why on earth, if he liked the car and he agreed with it and everything, why didn't you sell it to him? They did a study one time, and they studied sales that don't go through. In America, they always try to study ways to separate you from your money. Yeah. So they studied. Yeah, they put billions of. The retail industry is something else. So they studied why the sales that didn't go through. Let's say we sold this much, and this many sales failed. And they studied them and found out that 96% of the time, when a sale didn't go through, there's only one reason, 96% of the time. The salesman didn't ask for the sale. Now, the rest of the 4% had 1,001 different excuses. It was a wrong size, it was too big, it was the wrong color, they accept cash only, I had a credit card. Can you imagine 1,000 excuses are crammed into the 4%, but 96% of the time the salesman didn't ask for the sale. So you have to ask for the shahada. Otherwise, you're just some crazy person who likes to bring people close and then close the door in their face. You see how close I got him? Allah. Very strange, yani. So you have to ask for the shahada. You have to. I follow this rule so much that sometimes I know the guy is not going to become Muslim. I still ask for the shahada. Because what happens mentally when you tell someone, become Muslim now, in their mind, they become convinced that they need to become Muslim. Yeah? They become convinced. That, okay, one guy, he kept telling me, once I just need to, everything you said makes sense, I just need to flip through the Qur'an with my hands, just like this. That's it. I'm not going to become Muslim without touching that Qur'an and just looking through it a little bit for a few minutes. But otherwise, I'm convinced. Send me a copy of the Qur'an. So I still asked him for the shahada. So in his mind, he was convinced I need to become Muslim but blank, blank, blank. As soon as I blank, 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 I'll become Muslim. It's in there. Yeah? So go for the gold. Any question about the golden rule? Let me clarify something. When do I ask for this, for the shahada? When someone agrees, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, I explained the 5 pillars, I said any problems, any issues. By the way, when you explain the pillars, the pillars can be explained in 45 seconds. Yeah? Because you already focus on the first, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, then you're just doing the rest. Salah, you explain it quickly. Hajj, Zakah, Ramadan, makes sense. Any problems here? Okay then. Then right now you have the ingredients to become a Muslim. Become a Muslim right now. If the guy says no, what do? Nice talking to you. Find out why. You're not being pushy. You're being very polite. You know, as you say here, sorry sir, you know, you're Malaysian, be Malaysian. Sorry sir, I just want to know why you don't want to become Muslim. You already agree. Yani, you basically, yeah? Here's a book for you to read, 2 hands, yeah? All this sweet stuff that you guys do, take advantage of it for dawah, yeah? So, so basically, okay, we just agreed on everything, and basically you have the ingredients to become Muslim right now. What is stopping you? We find out very nicely what's stopping you from becoming Muslim. They'll tell you why, then give them a solution for it, and then what do you do after that? Ask for the shahada again, because sometimes people have more than one problem. If there's a second, fix it too. How many times did someone tell us, oh, my mother won't be happy? Okay, you talk to your mother. We talk to your mother. You start to put the foundation, lay the foundation so your mother will accept it. Or become Muslim, don't tell her until she's ready to accept it. All these solutions, yeah? There's one guy, many times people will say, oh, I love beer too much. I love beer with dinner. I can never become Muslim. I agree with everything you said, but I love beer. Or many times also, pork. Yeah? Or I agree with everything you said and it makes sense, I love pork too much. When people say that to us, we use one technique only with them. We shame them out of it. Shame them out of it. So Allah gave you all these blessings, and so many blessings that you cannot count them. Your health, can you put a price on that? Your eyesight, can you put a price on that? Your intelligence, your ability to reason, your family, your loved ones, your job, your provision. Allah has been so good to you. And He gave you so many different kinds of things to eat. From the oceans and the seas, so many different kinds of fish and different kinds of animals you can eat. And from so many different kinds of drinks and juices and so many kinds of meat that are permissible. So you're telling me you're going to ignore all the blessings He's given you, all the other sources of food, and you can go sometimes without eating, and it's been done up to from 30 to 40 days a human being can go without any food. These are extreme conditions. 3 days without any drink, and you're telling me you're going to leave believing in your Lord and worshiping Him because you love pork? Wallahi, every time we do that, the person is doing this. No, of course I was just joking, let's do it. And I'm serious. And they take their shahada. Or that, you focus on the drink for the guy who says the beer, and they say, oh, no, I was kidding. Of course I can leave it. Let's do it, and they take their shahada. Guilt. So find the problem, offer a solution, go for the gold. If they say the shahada, alhamdulillah, you've struck gold. If they don't, find out the other problem. There's one more issue, and sometimes the simple things, give them a solution and move on. That's it.